Recording in progress. Oh, are we doing all from the beginning?
In the Pop Culture Cupid podcast, we talk about how pop culture influences our expectations in relationships. I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
Healthy communication. I'm Michelle. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self-relationship. We bring some juicy stories from our own love lives and dating, and it gets pretty interesting. Be focused, we're going to be to the point, and no digressing.
Self-awareness. Follow, share, subscribe, enjoy.
And like and comment.
If it's shockingly bad, we just re-record another one.
Yeah. No, I think there's some good stuff that you can just nitpick. Recording in progress. This time we actually took a little bit of a break.
We
did.
Got
more coffee because
it
I
was
need
leaves
coffee to deal with these people.
Not
Not with you. I can deal with you at any time, but
no. So off camera, off microphone. Michelle was saying she lives in Israel right now, and hopefully by the time we post this, the war will be over.
Amen.
Amen. But anyway,
I wish it never started, but yeah.
Exactly. And so, you were saying that you were, sorry for getting all rattled up. And this is not a political podcast. It never will be.
Yeah.
Our two views are so, you are living there and I'm kind of in my coddled Western world. I just can't begin to understand and have an educated opinion. I'm on the side of, I wish people didn't have to do what it,
No.
people didn't have to do that.
I don't understand it sometimes. I'm like, but why? But why?
I tried watching videos to kind of educate myself on the conflict, everything you need to know about the Palestinian conflict in 10 minutes. That's just
no, there's no way of knowing it. I mean, I grew up with it, so it's like, for me it's different, but there's so much out there that and there's so many lies out there as well, so it's like very hard to tell.
It's still hundreds of years. I mean,
yeah.
So anyway, and so all this to say, don't apologize. So she was saying, I'm sorry, like people like Ramses get her all worked up, and it's like Ramses talks about stuff he doesn't know anything about.
Yeah.
And it's very, very frustrating because it's kind of like talking to a flat earther where you show them that they're wrong and then they'll kind of just turn it around and say, you're lying to me, or you're being manipulated, or you're trying to and it's just, it's talking to somebody who doesn't want to hear anything different, and because you were saying like you are alive today because people are fighting for your life. They are.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that they enjoy it. And I think that's what Ramses gets everything kind of confused. And you can't pick and choose, these are the type of things you just have to do. It's like taking medication. You can't take medication and not want the side effects. Well, that is just the way it is. You can't have unprotected sex without risking pregnancy or STDs or anything like that. It's just, you can't have it all. We wish we were in a world where we could have it all. We cannot. And I just wanted to address that because I think it's, it's unfair for people like you to feel that you have to censor yourself, even though I said it last episode that you are censoring yourself less, which is amazing. But I don't want you to feel kind of, who cares?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, you're welcome.
I don't know. I will play devil's advocate and say that I understand that it comes from a place of like despising violence and hating war and not wanting to see the destruction and the death. And believe me, we hate it here just as much. And I understand that it comes from like this kind of maybe naive place of like, I don't understand why you can't shake hands and get along.
Yeah.
And believe me, I don't understand it either. But so many people have so many opinions, and they don't understand that people actually are living it.
Yeah.
This is for someone else, it's like, this country they can't point on the map even. But for me, this is my life. It affects my
Yeah.
world, my people, and
Well,
it's
it's kind
very hard to see people talking without understanding and without even wanting to understand and just assuming what they think is true. So anyway,
yeah. It's kind of
yeah,
like people men talking about what it's like to be a woman.
exactly. When men, yeah, they say that only a man can dress up as a woman and think that he's a woman.
Exactly. It's I think maybe we want to address transgenderism in a future episode and just kind of see where we
Yeah.
both lie on it, see if it gets heated or not.
Ooh,
I don't think it will get heated, but we may
yeah,
disagree. We'll see. But I was talking
maybe.
to a colleague the other day. I had a situation at work where I felt and still feel that I got questioned because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another female colleague, the only other female colleague, and I was saying like she's 22. I was like, you need to, you know, be careful of these situations, like not get too worked up and not kind of cry sexism at any time, but you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you speak up for yourself as well. And I spoke to another male colleague, and I was like, it's fine because it wasn't that deep and it wasn't that big, but I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure that if I were a guy, the situation would have been dealt with differently. And I appreciate he couldn't really speak to that. He was like, I'm not sure. And I was just saying, you know, this is what it's like to be a woman daily. Like you have to speak up for yourself more and realize that you are questioned as a woman more than men are. And even,
Hmm.
even
Yeah.
amazing people like JT, like, and try and see if Zev does the same of just how he speaks about his female colleagues versus his male colleagues and what's ingrained and things like that. Anyway, and I'm not crying sexism, but it's just men speaking to what it's like to be a woman is just like Western people speaking to what it's like to be an Eastern person,
Yeah.
and people who are not in a country at war and things like that. It's just in America, whether or not we agree with their military strategy, they are not under attack, and they probably never will
Yeah.
be. I mean, let's be honest, America will
Yeah.
probably never be under attack because of the military strategy.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Exactly.
so just don't ever
Yeah.
apologize for this type of thing. It's just I completely get it. I'm not. I mean, no, I completely get it and not get it. I'm not in a country who's under attack, so
Yeah. Well, hopefully you never will be.
mm.
And hopefully no one
um,
will ever be. I just, let's just end it with a pray for peace and love and
yes,
just live and let
everybody
live.
live
Just,
naked.
yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Not. But yeah, I just, you know what? And that's again the thing that brings you back to the wokeism that I'm struggling with. It's like they believe in what they believe, and you're not allowed to believe in what you believe, or you're wrong for believing
Mm,
in it. And I just, each person is entitled to their opinion. As long as you're living your life and you're not harming anyone else, then it's no
yep.
one else's business.
Mm.
Anyway,
Okay. Let's
who's
get back to
next?
our list. So next is Tyler and Ashley. So I think we spoke about their drama last week. Well, not last week.
Yeah,
Well, our
in one of
conversation
the
from last
last
week,
weeks.
but I think 3 or 4 weeks ago when it comes to when this comes
Yeah.
out. Um, I still disagree with the drama that Ashley generated around the fact that Tyler is a sperm donor,
Yeah.
but I think they got over it.
Yeah, they came around, they spoke about it, and I think they had a healthy conversation about it.
Yeah, and I think
And
that
I
no,
love that
no,
he wanted to help his friends. I think that it says a lot about him as a man and as a friend. And I mean, I don't know this the whole situation again, but I think when if I'm dating a man who wants to help his friends so much, even if I don't believe in being a sperm donor, whatever, I don't know what it is. Not that I'm saying that that's my opinion, but I'm just saying, even if I weren't like, for those kind of things, but I see that he's such a good friend that he wants to help them with with that, then it would, I don't know, it would give me like a good perspective about the person. It's like, oh my God, he's such a good friend and he cares so much.
I think also, I think it's just there's a difference between being a sperm donor and being an egg and ovocyte donor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, I'm not she overreacted, but I think that's where it's coming from of just
Hmm.
men and women donating their kind of reproductive tissues is not the same thing. It's just not the same impact.
Yeah.
And and they spoke about it, and she was very like, I think she had trouble being, and we've spoken about this as well. Like, we don't really know what it's
Yeah.
like being black as well. Like,
Yeah.
they've had to defend them, especially in America. I have a friend who's black, and we kind of, not often, but we've talked about the difference between being a black woman and a white woman. And she said that she's been to the States and she does feel a difference in the
Hmm.
States to when she's in France. So I think maybe it kind of hurt for Ashley and maybe Alexandra last week of just like
Yeah.
being a black woman. They are less so inclined to kind of admit it when they're wrong because it shows a bit more weakness, and they've got the double fight. So
Yeah. I think also, it's big news to hear from someone. I think
yeah,
it's okay and legitimate for her to have like, that shocked moment or that time to digest something. And, you know, obviously this was her choice to go on the show and whatever, but still, like, not everyone has to have all their reactions to big news broadcast on
yeah,
TV. And so, she's easily judged for reacting the way she reacted. It takes us time to digest things, and it's okay to be human and have our instinctual kind of, whoa, wait, hold on, take a step back, digest, just really understand what you heard and take the time to decide what you feel about it. And that's okay. You know what? Even if she decided, I'm sorry, I can't, I just can't, I would understand, like to each their own. And as long as she would have portrayed it in a very respectful manner, then it's fine. Every
yeah.
person's entitled to their opinions, to their feelings, and to the way they want to live their life.
I recently, well, not recently, a couple of months ago, overreacted with JT on a topic, and
Hmm.
like really overreacted. I'm so grateful there weren't any cameras around to record it,
Ah,
you
yeah.
know?